Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Welcome back to the daily discussions. I'm your host, Professor Hawk Sensei, and I'm glad you can make it. I'm glad you're tuning in. The topic of discussion for today: misinformation is worse than no information. I'm gonna say it again. Misinformation is worse than no information. Now, there may be some of you who are familiar with this statement. It came from an anime. This anime is called Naruto. In the Chunin exams, the written test, there was a proctor named Ibiki Morino. The guy who had all the scars on his face and puncture wounds, under his bandana. At the end of the test, he told all of the shinobi apprentices, he said, your mission is the most important thing. You only focus on the mission. But always remember, misinformation is worse than no information at all, because it could lead you to a trap, or even worse, your deaths. Right? When he said that, when I watched that episode, it hit me. I said, man, that's so real. That's why I like anime, because you can learn things from anime, like you literally can, about real world, about science, about people, about almost anything, right? So the reason why I wanted to bring this to you is because you need to learn how not to be deceived. The Bible teaches us this as well. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. That book can teach a lot. I'm not telling you to be a Christian. I'm not, just crack that book and you'll see. Misinformation is worse than no information at all. Just think about this. Somebody told you the wrong thing, and you believed it, and you acted on that belief. Do you need an example? Sure, I'll paint a picture for you. Let's say you have a friend. This friend likes your significant other, your girlfriend. So he makes up stories. Oh, I seen her with some dude. I seen her, texting. He'll just make up a story. And because it's your partner, your buddy, you believe him. So you confront her about it. The whole time she never even did nothing wrong. You just insecure. And you'll take somebody's word before you actually do your homework. Me, in that particular situation, I would do a little digging. I'm not gonna go through her phone. I don't need to do that. Time reveals all things. I'm not gonna tell you my strategies because I don't know who's watching this, but time reveals all things. You don't really gotta try to dig up dirt to find it. What's done in the dark always comes to the light. So you don't gotta go grave digging and be finding skeletons if they not in the closet no more. But when we talk about misinformation being worse than no information at all, we talking about understanding how to decipher lies, fiction, and manipulation. There's a lot of things in this world that are trying to lead you astray. There are a lot of things in this world that are trying to distract you from who you are and what you need to do, and or what you need to be. Misinformation is worse than no information at all. When you have no information, You'll begin to look for it. You'll ask questions. How do I do this? Do you know where this street is? Do you know what number I can call to talk to the, you know what I mean? When you don't know, you're looking for the answer. You're searching. You're inquisitive. There's something you need to know or you want to know. But when you think you've got it all figured out, or you think somebody gave you some good advice, you don't think of anything else. You're like, oh, I got this. It's in the bag. I'm good. Never realizing that nothing's ever set in stone until it's set in stone. Until it's done, it's not guaranteed. If you ever watch football, you know what I'm talking about. Every yard counts. You know? Every yard counts. Yeah, the weather's starting to change, so we're starting to hear insects fly around now. But when I think about how many people have been misinformed, misled, and misguided, it makes me scared. Because someone who believes the wrong thing will do the wrong thing. And in their heart and in their mind, they believe that it was right. That's why that's so dangerous. To be misinformed, misled, or misguided. To think that you are correct when you are incorrect. To be blissfully unaware is one thing. But to know that you are incorrect after finding out that you weren't. I believe it could be devastating, it could be earth-shattering to find out everything that you've been led to believe was wrong or incorrect. These are just seeds that I'm planting so that you begin to question more, if not everything. Because, like I've said in many of my videos, none of us really understand or really know what it is that we're doing. We're just living life trying to figure everything out, right? But the things that we do figure out and the things that we do learn, we should pass these teachings on to whomever we can, whenever we can. Each one teach one. If people didn't look at knowledge as power, even though it is, if the perception was not power, but necessity, knowledge is necessity. We all need knowledge. I believe there wouldn't be as much secrecy or as much manipulation or coercion, you know? I find that getting into people's emotions, making people feel things, very strong feelings, be it hate, love, joy, sadness, depression, whatever, being able to trigger and manipulate people's emotions through information is extremely dangerous. Make sure you've got the right information. How can you know if you've got the right information? You might want to ask around. You might want to check more than one source, maybe 3, right? You might want to experiment or experience it for yourself. You may need to. All I can tell you is you must get the correct information before you act, no matter what it is. You must get the correct information before you move. When you take the wrong information unknowingly, you will be led astray. A lot of times, we may not know we're being led astray because we trust the one who is misguided or the one who is misleading us. It happens every single day, especially when you idolize people. That's why the Bible teaches us not to idolize people. Because you can follow somebody who is not right, not good, not righteous, not honest. And just because you admire them, you turn a blind eye or you ignore red flags and behaviors that are borderline psychotic or what have you. I want you to not be deceived. Not by people, not by persons, not by groups, not by organizations, not even by Satan himself. Do not be deceived. Because deception is the quickest way to hell. Being deceived is the quickest way. Being deceived. That's why you must ask questions. That's why you must do your homework. That's why you must look into things. Because if you don't have all the information or even a good bit of it, you're going to be led astray. You're going to be geared onto the wrong path. You wanted to go to New York, but you ended up in Florida. You were misled. You were misguided. Because you took somebody's word for it. You trusted somebody that you thought had your best interest. Always, always ask questions. Even if you don't get the honest answer, you may get closer. You understand? Sometimes we have to become detectives in order to protect our own lives or our success or our dreams or our goals or our ambitions or even our loved ones. We have to be wise as a serpent but harmless as a dove. The element of surprise is very powerful. So, you want to move harmless, but have the ability to strike with deadly force. That's what that's about. And when you're armed with the correct knowledge, you can't be caught off guard. You can't be manipulated. You can't be coerced. You can't be taken advantage of. Because you know what's real. You know what the truth is. I know it's, kind of simple to say, don't be deceived. Oh, I'll never be deceived. But we've all been lied to. We've all been lied to. So, before I close out the video, I want to remind you to get all the facts. Do a little bit more digging. Ask around. Get a second opinion. Crack open a book. Read a blog. Open a video. Or 2 or 3. You want to get the whole picture. You want to get all the information you can get. Don't be led astray. Don't be misguided. Don't be misinformed. If there's something you want to do, there's something you need to know about this thing you want to do, get the facts. Scams are at an all-time high nowadays. And if you're not careful, you'll end up in a bad situation because you trusted somebody and took their word for it. If you haven't realized, we don't really live in an honest society or a very honest time. The only honesty we have is people doing the homework, doing the research, getting receipts, getting the articles, getting the paperwork. now that we are living in this age of information, this age of Aquarius, the veil of secrecy has been lifted, and now we all have the ability to get the right information. But because all of the information is in one big pile, one big pool, we have to sift through the misinformation to find the correct information. And the only way you can do that is if you work on it. You have to study. You have to learn. You have to condition yourself to suspend your disbelief and to shun your biases. You have to be objective. You can't be in your feelings if you're going to get the facts. If you're going to get the truth, which may be a hard pill to swallow. I talked about the truth hurting on my channel. There's a video called The Truth Hurts. Remember, I have a playlist on my channel that is living. Every day I put a new video on there, the daily discussions. Go ahead and go to playlists and look at the daily discussions. You'll see 150 or more, depending on the time you're catching this video. But get all the facts. Get all the information before you make a move. Because it just may be the difference in success or failure. Life or not. Love or hate, who knows? Get all the facts before you make that move. Because once again, misinformation is worse than no information at all. With that being said, Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei bid you adieu. Hope you're waking up every day with a plan, a purpose, and a smile. And if you're not waking up with a plan, purpose, and a smile, hey, at least you're waking up. Till next time, guys. Class dismissed. Oh yeah, do me a favor. Like the video, because I know you like it. Share the video, because we're not stingy, we're not selfish. And subscribe, because you came back too many times not to push that button. Till next time, guys. Take care.